Hello everyone and welcome to the fifth episode of Bug Bounty POCs. In this episode, I'm going to talk about one of my HackerOne report in which I have bypassed 403 forbidden error and got unauthorized access. So let's move on. So this is the summary. If you are new to web security or cybersecurity in general and you don't know about 403 forbidden errors, so let me give you a brief explanation. I'm here for you. Suppose there is a user A and there is a user B. And suppose there is user and admin kind scenario in a web application. And a user is trying to access some information of admin, or user A is trying to access some information of user B, and the information is restricted, you cannot access it. So suppose user is trying to access some information of admin, some restricted information, credit card type information. In that case, the server will give you a 403 forbidden error, or it can also give you 401 unauthorized error, which means that you are not authorized to see this kind of information. Similar thing was happening with me in a website where when I was viewing some other users portals comments, so there is a user and there is a portal. So every user is given a portal and there is a place where you can view comments there, right? So if user A will try to access user B's portal's comments, you will get a 403 forbidden error. There is a way through which you can view the comments. The way is by removing a parameter that is present in the request. So let's move on to the explanation. So this is the comments portal. To get to this commenting feature, I need to turn on this beta feature right here. Before turning this beta feature, the comments were not available. So I turned on this beta feature and I got these comments. Beta equals to bugs. And I got the comments here, but this was the authorized session. These are the comments of user A. I'm logged in with user A also. So this is completely authorized, right? There is no bug here. But let's see the API call for this same thing on how to fetch these comments. So this was the API call, and the API they are using here GraphQL, and this was the GraphQL query. And I cannot show the whole GraphQL query here because this will leak the program information. So I'm only showing the variables which are present in that query. These variables were required to hit this query, and it contains an ID, a code, and a limit. So this code is hard coded, and it's not some encrypted ID or some hexanumeric or alphanumeric ID. It's just a 4-digit code which shows what kind of object you are dealing with. So suppose you are dealing with the user object, it will be USER, or if it is a comment object, it will be COMM. So that kind of code it is here. There is an ID associated with every object. So you know about objects and classes in Java or any kind of OOP language. This is how they are handling, right? So you need an ID and a code. The problem was that when this code is present here, it is showing forbidden error. So in this case, in this API call, I'm using the ID of user 1, but the session is present here of user 2. And this is why I'm getting a forbidden error, a 403 error. So status code is 200, okay. But from the API, I'm getting a forbidden status code. So basically, I cannot see the comments right here. But I managed to bypass this, and the bypassing was quite easy. I just need to remove this code parameter. So that code parameter that was present here, I will remove this and I can see the comment. So let's see this. And this is where I removed that code parameter. So instead of 3 parameters here, now I have only 2 parameters, and now I can see the comments. So session is still of the user 2. Comment ID, this ID is of user 1, but now I can see the comments. And this is how I managed to bypass this 403 check or this authorization check. And let's see the reason of why it occurred, right? Why this bug existed in the first place. So authorization must be granted using some auth token or session cookies, right? But it is not granted with the auth token or session cookies in this case. It was granted using this parameter code comment. If the attacker removed this parameter, authorization broke, and this resulted in viewing some other users portals comments. So still I'm not sure if this is the reason of this case or not, because see, when we bug bounty hunters test the case or we test some website, this is completely black box. So we are not dealing with I'm not seeing the code of what was present in the backend. Still, this is some kind of a reason I can think of. By removing this parameter, I think I managed to bypass this 403 forbidden error. And this was the reporting process. So I reported this bug, and I cannot disclose the dates in this episode because disclosing the dates also disclose when somebody reported it, because now I have the HackerOne profiles are public and people can also see if the report is resolved or disclosed, that when I have reported this issue. This was the title name and this was the summary. So you can pause the video and read the summary if you want. And this was the reporting process of how the hackathon triager came. He changed the severity because of some CVSS calculations and changed the status to triads. And the reward is quite good, and it is completely based on what the CVSS metrics are and the bounty ranges of the program. After a week, the status got changed to resolved, and that's all from my side. Thank you.